This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hello everybody, we are going to be talking about some of the news coming out of GenCon Online and talk a little bit about the first 2 days. I was hoping to be helping out BGG, but my day job kind of got in the way. So I had to catch up with everything, but I wanted to make sure that we did our halfway point video and give you some updates and some I told you so's. It never hurts to have a couple I told you so's. And Monday you'll get to see our entire GenCon wrap up with everything from all 4 days of online. One of the themes that I think that really stood out with this is how much everything is going to be affected, not just this year, but how things are going to be affected going forward. And I wonder how things are going to go. If you've seen some of the online events, everybody just putting their heart into it and doing a fantastic job. But because of production delays and stuff like that, you're going to see games more towards some of the games that you're really looking for that they're talking about during these 4 days that are going to come through November into the first quarter, almost the second quarter of 2021. So what does that do for everything next year? Does it push it? Are we seeing a shift in the access? And what I mean by that, do you end up doing GenCon later in the year, maybe in September or so, to compensate for this turnaround? Because there's a complete shift in manufacturing and everything else, and development even. So that's one of the things that I took from this, and I started to wonder. The other thing that I took from the first couple of days is Target is starting to have quite a presence where people are relying on these retail stores to release some games. You look at Gloomhaven, Pandemic, some of the Funko stuff, Back to the Future. What else? I mean, there's a number of games. Godzilla. All these games came out early at Target. They were Target exclusives. Is that a trend that is going to go forward even more? It seems that way. I really took some things from that. So watching this when I could, I had some real takeaways that I kind of went, wow, this could be a shift in the imbalance. Hats off to my people over at Board Game Geek and how hard they're working. I really wish I could have helped them this year, and I absolutely feel awful. But it's just one of those things. Sometimes your day job with all the things that are going on in the world, unfortunately, I am called to duty. Let's put it that way. Some of the surprising things, or some of the things that really stood out to me. First of all, we got an Oathsworn update, which was fantastic, a State of the Union. You know how much I'm pulling for those guys to do very well. Academy Games debuted One Small Step, and boy, does that look tremendous. Hats off to Uwe, as always. Czech Games, with a game that I knew nothing about, but I was really interested in, is Under Falling Skies. Really looks fascinating. Look it up, guys, and check it out. We'll be covering more at our wrap-up show. And Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is very interesting. Ares, I'm very excited for this one. Swords and Sorcery, Ancient Chronicles. Western Legends going to be doing their Kickstarter for Western Legends Blood Money, excuse me. A game that really caught my eye from Renegade, actually 2 of them. Vampire, the Masquerade Rivals card game. Now, I remember back in the day, how huge Vampire the Masquerade was, and to see this be brought to a card game, you know, they're always knocking it out of the park. Renegade's just glorious. Stellar, Another game that looks absolutely fantastic. A game that came out the same day, and I told Miniature Market, I go, watch out for this one. Undaunted North Africa sold out instantly. Another huge hit from David Thompson. You gotta love him. Upper Deck with Alien Bug Hunt. Okay, boy, that's got my interest. That really has my interest a lot. One of the best feeds I saw during Gen Con is from my friends over at Chip Theory Games. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. The work that they're putting in, the interaction with people, just doing another tremendous job. And Splice and Dice is tremendous. Hoplomachus, the Kickstarter that's coming, Victorium, I can't wait for, and Anakar's Plunder for Cloudspire. This is a company that has not made one bad game. Ever. I've loved everything that they do. I own everything that they have. And I'm telling you, they're not going to disappoint me at all. Be sure to check out Candace and I as we play Too Many Bones again this coming Tuesday on Board Game Geek and Rob's Tabletop World. But we're talking about Gen Con now. The moment of the show, the first 2 days, was number one, the tremendous live feeds from Chip Theory Games. I was completely blown away and sucked in by it, and I really enjoyed the things that they intertwined and did. But the thing that I think everybody's going to be talking about is Fantasy Flight's In Flight. Usually at Gen Con, that is usually a night that everybody goes, okay, let's see. And it's always been kind of hit or miss. This year, it was a hit, and it was huge, because some of the things that were announced are absolutely glorious. First of all, we'll start on the low end, in my opinion. Not the low end, but I want to build to the two things that I think everybody's really blown away. First of all, there's X-Men Mutant Insurrection. A dice chucking game that just looks phenomenal. You're going to have your figures, and you are going to be going on the Blackbird and doing all kinds of different things. This really looks fantastic, and I'm usually not an X-Men person, but this really has my attention, and it looks phenomenal. The second thing is Armada. This new couple of waves that they're bringing in really breathe life into this game. I really think that Armada needed a shot in the arm, and this is what they needed, because Armada's a phenomenal experience. Absolutely fantastic. The thing that I've been hearing as far as Star Wars Legion was a little lackluster as far as people were concerned. So I was kind of shocked by that, but let's sit back and watch. You never know, okay? Marvel Champions with the Red Skull box set coming in September. Absolutely fantastic. And then you're getting a whole bunch of heroes. Ant-Man, Wasp, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch. You need heroes. There's a lot of villains. The Kang supplement, which is going to be tremendous, which kind of leads us to the thought that Kang is going to be playing a big part in the upcoming films. I'm starting to believe it. But let's get right to it, okay? Twilight Imperium, a game that I absolutely love. I wish I had the people to play with it. The Prophecy of the King. Whether I have enough people to play it or not, I have to have this. I love Twilight Imperium, and you just never know. And I just think that this just does so many different things. I love the on-planet mechs. I love they showed off a couple of the new factions, which are going to be tremendous, and you're going to be seeing that all through the weekend in day 3 and day 4. It's going to add even more players, which is going to make this game just go forever. Everything gets a boost, and this is tremendous news. Tremendous news. But the one for me was at the very end, because I had some sources, and I talked about this early last year, that Descent was getting an upgrade, okay, and was going to a third edition. Everybody thought I was out of my gourd, and that was it. And sure enough, Descent third edition is coming, and I'm going to be doing a show on that you are going to want to pay attention to. That is going to be to the end of the week, where my sources had told me a lot more information about what's going on, and where I hope it's 100% correct. Again, there's a door to be open, so you're going to want to make sure that you like and subscribe here to get upcoming news on Descent as more news breaks through the weekend, and we will have more at the end of next week, as we will be doing a show concerning Descent next week. So stay with us here at Rob's Tabletop World. The box looks huge. From what I hear, this is going to be groundbreaking and phenomenal. You're really going to want to be a part of it. But that's not all that they hammered home. More stuff for Arkham Asylum, Legends of the Five Rings, just a lot of great things coming from Fantasy Flight as they up their game. And after last year, which I felt was kind of a lackluster year, they really came back in spades and really knocked it out of the park. Now, what more do we have coming? Well, we've got Seamon and Massive Darkness 2, which we're hoping to learn more about, and some more surprises that'll be happening during the next 2 days. Be sure to check out our wrap-up show this Monday as we talk about all 4 days of GenCon Online and some of my picks from GenCon Online. Now, I think you know that Descent will be right up there. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob. Enjoy the next couple of days of GenCon Online. Make sure you stop over, see my friends at Chip Theory Games, who are doing some fantastic work. I believe Ricky Royal's even supposed to be in there somehow, some way, who is just glorious into his own right. And check out all the fantastic stuff, and enjoy your GenCon. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.